everyone. Today we are going to study about active voice and passive voice. We are going to learn about active voice and passive voice. Now, what is active voice and what is passive voice? Let me write a sentence here. This is a sentence. You all know what a sentence is. What is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words which makes complete sense. What is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words which makes complete sense. So, this is a group of words and this makes complete sense. So, this is a sentence. Dad bought a car. What is the sentence? Dad bought a car. Now, what is the structure of this sentence? The structure of this sentence is S plus V2 plus O. S plus V2 plus O. I hope you know what is this. S means subject. V2 means the second form of verb. And O means object. So, the structure is subject plus the second form of verb, that is V2, plus object. Now, in this sentence, dad is the subject. And what is the action? Bought, buy, B-U-Y, to buy something. The second form is bought, a car. So, what is the action? Bought. Now, in this sentence, who performs the action? Who does the work? Dad does the work. Or in other words, subject is the doer. Who is the doer? Subject is the doer. Subject performs the action. Subject does the work. Subject is the doer. When the subject is the doer, that sentence is said to be in the active voice. When the subject is the doer, that sentence is said to be in the active voice. Okay? Now, let me write the passive of this one. I will explain to you later how to convert an active into passive. Okay, don't worry about that. Just now, listen to this. Now, a car was bought by dad. A car was bought by dad. Here the subject is car. This car was the object of the active voice. And we made that object the subject of passive voice. Now, here was bought by dad. Here who performs the action? Who is the doer? In this particular sentence, the object is the doer. The object is the doer. You understand what I am saying? A car is not doing anything. Even in this sentence, the doer is dad. But the difference is that in this sentence, dad is the object of the sentence. When the object is doer, that sentence is said to be in the passive voice. When the subject is the doer, that sentence is said to be in the active voice. Now, what did we do here? We swapped the subject and object. What's the meaning of swapped? We interchange the position of subject and object. In the active voice, dad was the subject, and in the passive voice, dad became the object. In the active voice, a car was the object, and in the passive voice, that car became the subject of passive voice. So the first step is to identify the subject and object, and then to interchange their positions. Now, subject. This sentence is dad bought a car. Now dad is noun. So the first point is subject can be a noun. Now second sentence is he bought a car. In the second sentence, he is a pronoun. So what is it you have to remember here? The subject can be a noun, it can also be a pronoun. In 99% of the cases, a sentence will always begin with a subject, and that subject will be either noun or pronoun. What did I say? In 99% of the cases, a sentence will begin with subject, and that subject can be a noun or a pronoun. You already know about pronouns. How many personal pronouns are there? I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. I, we, you, he, she, it, they. There are 7 personal pronouns. Okay? Now these 7 personal pronouns are the subject forms. What are they? They are the subject forms. In other words, if we want to begin a sentence with a pronoun, we have to use one of these pronouns. Now these pronouns have object forms also. In the object, I will become me. We will become us. You will be you. He will become him. She will become her. It will be it. And they will become them. So, I am your teacher. This is the subject. This is a pronoun. But you are listening to I am your teacher. You are listening to me, not I. You are listening to me, because I is the subject form and me is its object form. The same is the case with we, the same is the case with he, she and they. It and you have same forms for subject and object. Now what am I trying to tell you here? Listen to me very carefully. When a noun becomes the object, it does not change its form. Dad will be dad in the subject, Dad will be dad in the object. Dad has no different forms for subject and object. Ram, in the subject also Ram is Ram, in object also Ram is Ram. Rohan, Sita, they are all nouns. But when a pronoun changes from subject to object, that pronoun changes its form. I will become me, we will become us, you, he, him, she, her, it, and they, them. Okay? Now, how will you identify the subject? It's very easy. The noun or the pronoun, which is at the beginning of a sentence, would be the subject. Okay? But identifying the object is not that easy. Now, before we continue, remember one thing. Every sentence must have a subject. But it is not necessary, it is not compulsory that every sentence should have an object. Every sentence will have a subject. We cannot form sentences without a subject. Sometimes the subject may not be expressed, in which case it would be understood. For example, come here. Come here. There is no direct subject there, but there is indirectly, there is subject. The sentence is you come here. You is understood. So we don't say that you, we simply say come here. But even that sentence has a subject. But it is not necessary that every sentence should have an object. Remember that. Every sentence will have a subject, but every sentence need not have an object. Now my question is there an object here? Is there an object in this sentence? The answer is no. There is no object here. Now let me write one more sentence. Rohan saw a boy. Is there an object in the second sentence? There is. Is there an object here? No. Now you are getting confused. You feel like pulling your hair. What is this? Don't pull your hair, I will explain it. In this particular sentence, Rohan is a boy. Rohan and boy, both nouns denote one person. Rohan is boy. Boy is Rohan. So in order to be the object must have a different identity to the subject. They must be different. Rohan saw a boy. In this particular sentence, Rohan is Rohan and boy is some other person and another person. Rohan saw a boy. So there are two people there. One is the subject and the other is the object. But in Rohan is a boy, there is only one person. Rohan is the boy, boy is Rohan. So there is no object there. Is it clear? Sorry. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Now, she has gone to Delhi. She has gone to Delhi. Is there an object here? No. Why? Because there is a preposition here. The noun or pronoun after a preposition is also not an object. The noun or pronoun after a preposition is also not an object. Why am I telling you this? Because in order to change an active voice into passive voice, the first step would be to identify the subject and the object. Because we have to interchange their positions. Identifying the subject is easy. The noun or pronoun which comes in the beginning of a sentence would be the subject. But identifying the object is not that easy. Now, Rohan is a boy. We cannot form the passive of that sentence because there is no object. But Rohan saw a boy. A boy was seen by Rohan. Rohan saw a boy. The passive is a boy was seen by Mohan. We can easily make it. She has gone to Delhi. No. How to make the passive? No. We can't make the passive. She has gone to Delhi. No. But she has seen Delhi. There is no preposition here. So, Delhi is an object. Delhi has been seen by her. The passive of she has seen Delhi is Delhi has been seen by her. So, if there is no preposition before the noun or pronoun, that noun or pronoun can be an object. But if there is a preposition, then they cannot be object. This is how we should identify the object and the subject. Now, what are the steps to change an active into passive voice? Let's go back to that sentence. Dad bought a car. The first step is to identify the subject and the object. The first step is to identify the subject and the object. Dad is the subject and a car is the object. Okay? Now, the second step is to swap them, interchange their places, positions. So, you bring a car here. This is the first step. We have to put an auxiliary verb here. We have to put an auxiliary verb here. A form of be. Now, what are the forms of be? Is, am, are, was, were. You have been, you have being, and you have be. You have to put one of these here. Which one will you choose? For that, first of all, look here. Dad bought a car. Bought is B2. This is the second form of verb. It means that this sentence is in the simple past. You know what is simple past? This sentence is in the simple past. When the sentence is in the simple past, we have to use one of these two, was or were. When the sentence is in the simple past, put was or were here. Now it is easy. A car is singular. A car is singular. So we will put was here. How did we decide that was is the correct auxiliary verb here or was is the right auxiliary verb here? We looked at two things. One, the verb. The verb is in V2, is in the second form. It means that sentence is in simple past. When this active voice is in simple past, we have to use either was or were. Car is singular, so was. Next, we have to put the V3 of this one, the past participle form of this verb. Bought, which is the V1 of bought is buy, B-U-Y. The second form is bought, B-O-U-G-H-T. And the third form, the past participle is also bought. So, a car was bought. Now we have to place a preposition here. We have already learned about prepositions. You know all about prepositions. Here we use the preposition by. Here we use the preposition by. So, a car was bought by, now it is very easy, bring dad here. Dad is a noun, so dad will remain dad in subject and object. So, a car was bought by dad. Let me write the sentence in the simple present. Dad buys a car. Why it is not buy? Why it is buys? Because dad is singular. In the simple present, if the subject is singular, third person singular, then the verb will have s or es at the end. Ram runs. The sun rises. She sings. Mom cooks. Dad buys a car. This is simple present. The steps are the same. What is the first step? Identify subject and object. Then bring the object here. Okay, a car. Now we have to use one of these auxiliary verbs. This is present tense, simple present. So we have to use is, am or are, one of these three. Which one would be the right one here? A car is singular, third person singular, so is. A car is. Then the third form or past participle of buy, that is bought. Remember one thing here, in the passive voice, whether it is present tense, whether it is past tense, whether it is future tense, continuous, perfect, whatever it is, the main verb will be in the third form. In the passive voice, the main verb will always be in the third form. Past participle in the third form, remember that. In the passive voice, the main verb will always be in the third form, past participle. So, a car is bought then by dad. Clear? Now remember another thing. Now, dad bought 2 cars. Let us follow those steps. Here the object is these 2 words, 2 cars. So let us bring those two words here, 2 cars. Of course, you know, T is small letter here, but here it is capital because T, the sentence begins with T. 2 cars, 2 cars, 2 cars, plural, plural. So we cannot use was. So we cannot use was there. So you have to use were. 2 cars were, the rest is same, were bought by Dad. Here why is it were? Because it is plural. 2 cars, plural. So were. Dad buys 2 cars. Here it will be 2 cars are bought by Dad because it is plural. The subject is plural. When the subject is plural, the verb also has to be in the plural. There is no other way. If the subject is plural, the verb must be in the plural. If the subject is singular, the verb will be in the singular. So 2 cars are. The rest is same, bought by Dad. Okay, this is how we convert the voice. We change the voice of simple present and simple past tenses. I'll be teaching you about the other tenses in the next class. But remember one thing, normally we don't change the voice of present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future continuous and future perfect continuous. We don't change the voice of these 4 tenses. What are they? Present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future continuous and future perfect continuous. The remaining tenses I will be teaching you in the next class. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please don't forget to watch my other videos. Subscribe to them if you want. Okay, till next class, it's goodbye.